What's good, everybody? Corbino here, and for this Top Tuesday we are doing top 10 characters I'm surprised were not in the X-Men universe, the FoX-MEN universe. Let's just get started. Number 10 is New Mutants. I put that at number 10 because as right now their movie is happening, but again, like, the universe is over, so it's not even probably connected, so like, you know. But yeah, not even, I mean, yeah, obviously the New Mutants, but like a couple members of the team I just felt like should have appeared by now, but they didn't, so yeah. Number 9 is Mojo. I'm not terribly surprised, but I just felt like as a kid I always saw him in the cartoons, but could be wrong. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I feel like the 90s and Wolverine the X-Men had him a lot. He also was just one of my favorite villains as a kid. Not so much anymore, but as a kid, yes. So maybe that's sort of why I feel like he should have been there too. And then also in Deadpool 2 they talk about Mojo World, so that would have been cool. But he would have been real crazy to see in the movies. Number 8 is Rachel Summers. That is the daughter, I believe, of Cyclops and Jean of the future. I think she goes by Prestige sometimes, or New Phoenix, whatever. I don't know her too well, but I feel like she's always around. I feel like she's always in the comics. Even when things get rebooted and crap, I feel like she always reappears, and I am a little confused as to why she has not appeared in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Number 7 is Omega Red. I don't know exactly how they could have fit him in, but I felt like he would have really fit in either X-Men Origins Wolverine or The Wolverine. Obviously, I always felt like he was more of a Wolverine villain, but he could have been an X-Men villain too if you really wanted to. But I felt like he could have fit in well in one of those two movies, but I don't know. Number 6 is my boy Morph. I think he's up here really just because he's my dude. You get Apocalypse, which he's part of the Age of Apocalypse, I believe. I've never read the Age of Apocalypse, could be wrong. But you also get my girl Blink in Days of Future Past, and it's like, he's on her team. And then also, he didn't play a big part, but he played a big part in the 90s cartoon. So yeah, Morph was my boy. I would have been down to see him. I mean, I guess we did have some shapeshifter random people. So maybe one of them are supposed to be him. I don't know. Number 5 is Forge. Forge, I don't really know what his powers are. Sometimes he's got like a robot hand, sometimes he's got a robot leg. But he's just a dude that like does computer shit and technology and fixes everything. And I just feel like he didn't even need to be a main character. I just felt like he should have been there in one of the movies. Especially like the original trilogy is where I feel like he would have fit. And just had him working on the Blackbird. I feel like he would have fit there. Number 4 is Avalanche. It really, because I made this list and then I started rewatching Wolverine the X-Men, and Avalanche is a big part of that cartoon, well, like bad guy wise. And I was like, holy crap, he's a big part of X-Men Evolution too, and he appears in like all other forms of X-Men media. And then I was like, holy crap, he's not even in the movies. That's crazy. You have Toad, you have Blob, you even have Quicksilver, and you don't have Avalanche. I just feel like he is a big part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And yeah, they didn't really do too much with them in the movies, but that's crazy that Avalanche was never in those movies. Number 3 is Polaris. She is in The Gifted. Great show. Wish it wasn't canceled. But also, that show never really tied, or even with the Marvel shows, like the MCU shows, they like talk about direct events that happen in the MCU movies. I only watched 2 episodes of Legion, never really got into it, but The Gifted really didn't talk about any events. They would talk about the Brotherhood and the X-Men, but they wouldn't talk about So just to me, that's not in canon. That's not canon. So I am surprised that Polaris was never in the movies. And then that leads us to number 2, Scarlet Witch. I was very surprised when they brought Quicksilver in. And then I was very surprised that they brought Quicksilver in and Scarlet Witch wasn't, you know, in it. Like, I thought that was real crazy. And then in Days of Future Past, you see Quicksilver has a sister. And I feel like maybe in Apocalypse, he has a second sister. I could be wrong, but like, I just felt like those should have been Wanda and Lorna. But I don't know. I feel like out of all the children, I don't know, because Quicksilver is a big part of Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and most mediums, and Scarlet Witch is too, but not as big as Quicksilver. But like, Lorna's pretty loyal to Magneto in a lot of mediums, so yeah, I don't know. But number 1 is Mr. Sinister. He was teased at the end of Apocalypse and teased again in Deadpool 2, and I think he was supposed to be the bad guy in New Mutants, and that's why they kept pushing it back and doing rewrites, is because they were trying to squeeze him into the movie for some reason. But yeah, he is a big villain of the X-Men, and it is crazy to think that he was never in any of the X-Men movies. But yeah, that's all 10. I sort of went through it because, you know, like, I kind of get why some of them aren't in the movies, but it's still, like, they are a big part of the X-Men universe. But let me know, have these people appeared in the X-Men movies and I just didn't realize? Because I just realized that the Stepford Cuckoo sisters, they are in, I think it's Last Stand in the background. And I also just realized that Union Jack is in Captain America: The First Avenger. Just realized that. But anyways, so let me know if some of these people have appeared, or if you think I should have included someone else. But yeah, that's it, and until next time, stay geeky.